All right, another fucking video, and today we have a very interesting one. Let's break down one of the most powerful psychology frameworks that exist in high ticket sales. I want you to learn this. I want you to walk into every call with any type of prospect and close the shit out of them, okay? As long as they need a product, of course. People have four colors: white, black, brown, and yellow. I'm kidding. People fall into four colors, okay? Red, green, yellow, and blue. And the purpose of this video is for you to find your own color so that you can find your strengths and your weaknesses, so that you know what mistakes each color makes as a closer, and then you can learn how to identify the color that the prospect has, okay? So that you can close them based on that as well. So in case you don't know me, this is the first time you're hearing me. My name is Lucas Guy. I make $50,000 a month. I work with 9-figure companies. I was able to generate millions. And well, basically I just help people sell more and I make inappropriate jokes. So yeah, let's start, okay? The four colors explained are going to be, we're going to have red, okay? And red is basically the type of people who only care about winning. They care about speed. They care about results. They tend to not get super emotional and they're extremely assertive. They just really go to the point. So you can usually spot this type of prospects when they give extreme surface level answers to your questions. You know, it's the typical A type. They're aggressive. They feel superior than you, and they act like they don't really need to hear your pitch or receive any type of questions from you. It's like, you know, they're dickheads, basically. The whole point here is that you need to address them and earn their respect, okay? Address that shit. Challenge them. Don't be afraid. Don't let them walk all over you. I'm going to explain this in a second, but I just want you to understand what type of people the reds are, okay? Very simple. I don't want you to overcomplicate this. Then we're going to have the greens. The greens are basically these prospects who are risk averse, okay? They basically just want to feel safe. They want to know that they're making the right decision. Basically, they're gay, right? It's just the gay prospects. They buy, but they do it super slowly. They are the prospect that more oftenly will tell you, I need to think about it. I'm not sure if this is going to work out for me. You know, it's super gay. So basically, these facts need a lot of reassurance. You have to give them a lot of reassurance. You have to be there for them. You have to explain them more stuff. You have to understand them. You have to walk with them a lot more. They're like a child, okay? Not the most fun prospects to have. Let's just summarize it with that. Then we have the yellows, like the lights in the background. These are the most outgoing. They are the extroverted prospects, okay? They're high energy. They love people. And they're the most emotional prospects that you can have. So you don't want to target them with logic. You want to just play more on the emotional side, okay? So this is the people that only take action once the weight of the possibility of getting their desires met and avoiding the current pain is the thing that is going to be happening 100%. So it's not about, yeah, you're going to make this extra money. Yeah, you're going to be able to travel to France and you're going to be able to stop having this knee pain or whatever, right? It's the emotion behind this stuff. So you want to play a lot on that thing, okay? Very simple as well. These prospects are usually the easiest to close. So that's great if you have it. The blue one, the lights are genuinely not, I don't know who's doing the production of the lights, but it's cooking. The blue ones are the prospects who want information more than anything, okay? I'm not saying that they're window shoppers. I'm saying that they want to know every single fucking detail about what you sell. They really want proof of it. You know, they want to hear the logic. They want to feel smart. They want you to sell them with logic as well, because it is not enough if you just If you just do the normal, the minimum, the needed, okay? They need a lot of layers. They need to be super sure about this. So this sort of process will give you financial objections. They will ask you for more social proof. The point here is that you want to give them a lot of certainty. You want to give them a lot of certainty. It's like, yes, this works because of this. Okay, be cold, be logical in your approach. So that's the overview on the colors. Now I want you to find your own color. Okay, most of you don't even fucking know what color you are. Your own style of selling. And whether you do it with colors like I'm explaining now, or you want to use another framework, it's very important that you always understand who you are and how you act. Okay. In a simple way, for you to spot your color is if you're someone who speaks fast, you cut people off, you're extremely direct, you're red. Okay. If you're someone who is calm, if you're someone who talks slow, you always make people feel comfortable, they're probably green. All right. If you joke a lot, you talk freely, you're not concerned about the situations at all, you're yellow. And if you explain every little small detail and you clarify every question, you just keep going and going and going, you're blue. Okay. So knowing your color has the capacity to help you tremendously because it can portray your weakness very quickly. So let's see that. And I want you to, of course, I'm going to be explaining more from the prospect side so that this can really help, but also think it for yourself so that you have the capacity to say, okay, I'm probably making this mistake. I need to fix it. For example, if you're red and you're talking over people, don't do that. Make sense? Okay. So the mistakes with red is the fact that you are, you know what? Let's take more time because I want everyone to actually find and improve on this. So let's talk about the mistakes that you do as a closer and the things that you have to do to the prospect to sell him on. So you as a closer, if you're red, you're basically too aggressive. You're going to rush the call. You're going to sound like you're trying to win the argument, the conversation, instead of just being curious. Instead of just, I don't know, seeking how you can help. You want to force people to listen to you. You want to force people to fall into your frame, and you care little if the situation is being fixed. It's like, or if the prospect even got help. It's like you basically are the typical car salesman. You know, he just wants to sell. He doesn't give a fuck. That's you. So if that is you, relax, understand more, chill, dude, chill, really. Green on the other side, matching colors. You're not aggressive enough. Basically, is you are to avoid pressure. Okay, you're just too scared to be real, and you don't want the other person to, you don't want to upset the other person. Basically, so if the prospect gets aggressive, he will hurt you deeply because you don't know how to fight back. You do not know how to command respect, and you will feel extremely lost on what to do if you have a difficult prospect. So if you're green, you gotta call out things. You have to address the elephant in the room, and which is what I call facing the lion, which is the problem in front of you. And if you do that, you're going to be walked all over. Prospects are not going to respect you, and you're going to lose the sale. So if you're someone who is green, you're someone who is, I don't want conflicts. You're basically shoving down a dildo down your ass on purpose. So don't do that. All right. Yellow is basically too friendly. You're just the mate. You're the body. You're super cool. You get the buyer laughing, opening up. You build a conversation, but it goes fucking nowhere because you have no severity. You have no authority at all. So you're building this rapport without any type of competence, and it's a never-ending loop of a conversation, and the prospect takes the frame anyways. So if you don't ask meaningful questions that cause the person to take action and buy, forget about that juicy commission. So yellow is great for building rapport, but you gotta address the shit. All right, be the authority. And then you have blue, which is you're basically a nerd. So you start. Sorry, I'm still sick. You start using too much logic. Like you wrote You're drowning the prospect in deliverables, in details. You're confusing him. You're over explaining everything. He asks you a question and you spend 30 minutes answering it. You're the boring guy with the PowerPoint conversation. You know, the PowerPoint presentation, they say, that's you. Nerd as fuck. And the prospects just want to kill themselves. So you have so many chances of confusing the prospects by giving so many deliverables that you're digging your own grave. So I don't know. Don't forget this. Confused people never buy. So don't confuse them. Just be more simple. It's really easy. Okay. Now, how do you really sell to each caller? So those are the mistakes that you did as a closer. Let's talk about how you can sell to each prospect, which is, okay, you have this prospect, this is what you should be doing. So we have everything covered, okay? We were starting with red, so starting with reds. You need to be direct. You need to be efficient. You cannot waste time. Do not be afraid of challenging these motherfuckers. You need to prove your worth. Do not get walked all over. So be direct, be efficient. Do not waste time, but attack. Attack, attack. If the prospect is a dickhead, put him in his place. He has the problem, you have the solution. Don't forget that, okay? In the case you want to sell to greens, these are the gay people, right? You wanna slow down. They're gonna be afraid of making decisions, so just slow down your speaking. Don't rush decisions. These are the typical prospects that you cannot push and be like, you buy or make a decision today. It's like, don't do that, okay? And make them feel safe moving forward. That's all. You don't want to put unnecessary pressure because they will break. They will fucking break. They're faggots. Really. Just relax. Be their friend. Reassurance. Okay? If you're selling to a yellow, again, I think selling to yellows is the easiest one because you just have to match their energy. Okay? Have a great conversation. Really, you're going to have fun with them. And don't over-explain deliverables with logic. It's more like, okay, focus on the emotional aspect. Make sure that you can paint the picture of their future life, and you can paint the picture of their current problem, their current pain. And once they see both and they see where they want to go, it's like, okay, taking action takes you there. What do you want to do? So yellow are very easy to sell on. Just don't be autistic explaining a bunch of deliverables and doing insanely long presentations, okay? This is more the do one thing, give them one thing they really want. That's all. Selling to blues, another one. To these people, you want to give them proof. You want to not overhype things too much because they're going to be skeptical. And you want to use a lot of logic, okay? So you want to help them organize all the numbers. You want to give them time. You want to explain, how much time the things are going to take. You want to tell them how much effort the things will be. You want to double check and ask for any concerns or doubts they may have. Like, always fucking ask, dude. I'm not even kidding. You keep asking, is there any concerns? Is there any doubts? What about this? What do you think of this? That you need to do this with this type of prospects because they will always have them, okay? So this being said, what type of closer do you think you are, and what type of prospects do you think you're having the most? Okay, it's a question that I would like you to ask yourself. It's a question that I would like you to work on. If you want my help, please feel free to put down in the chat if you're not sure what type of closer you are, or you feel like you're a combination. I can help you with that. So just put it down in the chat. In the comments below. I can definitely help. The whole point is that you can categorize the prospects and understand, okay, I have this person in front of me. I have to do this, okay? So, yeah. Anyways, that being said, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope the colors analogy made sense. And whether you want to use the colors or something else, there's multiple ways of thinking this. You can label people, yourself, whatever. Do it in a way so that it helps you understand what you have in front so that you can act accordingly, okay? So that being it for me today. And remember, confidence is bigger than skills.